Okay, guys, I just wanted to kind of go over this week's schedule so you can understand what we're working on. As you can see, I already uploaded Grace for President. I read that story. So everything this week goes with Grace for President. So when you're looking at the schedule, you're able to see what you should be doing each day. So Monday, I have a response that says Grace for President. You complete your reading response and you need to do Imagine Learning for 20 minutes. Friday, I have another activity that goes with Grace for President, and it's some simple questions. So you have to provide your text evidence. So that means going back, listening to the story, giving reasons or explaining why that is the answer. So if it's a short answer, you need to be writing in complete sentences. And also, once again, you're doing Imagine Learning every day for 20 minutes. I thought Wednesday could be kind of fun. So I found a directed drawing activity where you get to draw Grace. So it gives you all the steps to draw her, as you can see here. And after you finish drawing her and coloring her in, I want you to choose 2 character traits that describe Grace and explain why using the sentence stem. So you could say, Grace is blank. I know this because blank. Remember, when you're giving evidence for a character trait, boys and girls, you are going back and you're specifically telling me something that Grace did in the story, something Grace said in the story, or what she was thinking in the story. So you have to provide specific examples of what that is. So if you choose to say that Grace is smart, you need to give a good example from the story explaining why she is smart. What does Grace do that help you infer and come up with the conclusion that she is smart? And then Thursday, you get to pretend that you are Grace. And what would you do if you were class president? So remember, as president, you get to make a lot of choices and change some things around. So what will be some of the things you would change? So I'm going to show you a little bit more of what these responses look like, a larger picture of them. So that way, when you're working on them, you kind of know what to do and what it looks like. I'll also be attaching the large pieces as well. So right here, this is Monday's activity. Grace for President, did she deserve to win? Yes or no? What is your support from the text? So if you do not have a printer, parents, no big deal. This can be simply just written out on notebook paper or scratch paper and a pencil. Just make sure your child is just providing evidence. I think at this point in second grade, we should be looking for about like 4 or 5 sentences explaining why Grace deserved to win. Or if you don't think Grace deserved to win, just give us reasons why from the text. Let me go ahead and move on to Tuesday's assignment so you can see it as well. Let me bring it down. Okay, I hope you can see this really well. Tuesday's assignment is basically just going over some deeper questions in the text. If you listen to the video again, you can hear the story again. There's also lots of other videos of Grace for President on YouTube if for some reason this clip isn't working for you. Number 1, why was Grace so upset at the beginning of the story? Number 2, Grace decided to run for school president. List 2 things she did to encourage the students to vote for her. So if you listen to our video, there's a stopping point where I really asked the kids to think about what were the things that Grace did to encourage kids to get out there and pick her for president. Number 3, what happened in the end? And number 4, who would you vote for? So once again, if you don't have a printer, simple, it can be just done on scratch paper or notebook paper. And then the last one is our directed drawing. I thought it would be kind of fun. We don't get to draw a lot in class ever. So this is just basically, it gives the kids the steps on how to draw our main character, Grace. So after they draw, and once again, you can do this on notebook paper, scratch paper. They just follow the different steps on drawing her. And then when they're done, they can do this on another piece of paper where they choose 2 character traits that describe Grace. I'll also be attaching a list of character traits because that was something that was posted in our classroom from August up until March, and I know it was something the kids really relied on, was having that list of different traits to help them pick and brainstorm on. So that is basically the three activities for this week. Once again, everything will be attached on Dojo on the stories part of Class Dojo. So I call it the class story, but if you just go to your child's Class Dojo page, it says stories. That is where all the assignments are. That is where we're making our announcements, posting a lot of things, and just please refer back to that. Usually, if you have any questions, and you can always message me about this. Hope this kind of gives you a little more input on the assignments, and I'll make sure to kind of continue to do this weekly so that we can kind of see exactly what should be done and what the expectations are. Thanks.